There's a lot of fear in the immigrant community right now. I would say the call volume for our services has skyrocketed. People don't know what to believe. They don't know what laws are changing. And frankly, no one knows for sure yet. There's been a lot of rhetoric out there. One example is related to DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. That's the program for children who came here as children and have lived in the United States almost their whole lives. And under the Obama administration, were allowed to apply for work authorization. And there was talk during the campaign of now President Trump that program would end. So the 700,000 young adults around the country who have had that status have needed to learn whether they should renew it, whether people should apply for the first time, whether they become eligible, or whether it's risky to do so. And that's an ongoing good question, and it's the kind of thing that's stoked a lot of fear in the immigrant community because people don't want to do anything to jeopardize their situation or to risk being torn apart from their families. And so we're able to provide advice based on our best knowledge of where the laws are now and where we think they're headed. But immigrant fear is a big theme right now, and it's caused us to have to shift our work to provide a lot of know your rights education sessions to communities and to help communities engage in safety planning so that if there were to be a raid or families were to get separated due to deportations, the child has a way to still stay connected here with family, and so that resources are taken care of and that families can plan accordingly. There's a lot of fear not only among immigrants, but among people who are serving them about whether they're putting immigrants in jeopardy by hosting legal clinics and advertising those to the community. So our attorneys and volunteers are engaging in deep discussions about how to best promote our work. Is it dangerous to publicize that United Methodist churches are hosting immigration clinics? Because the last thing we want to do is to put anyone in jeopardy of being deported. It's a decision that sites make on a case-by-case basis. In general, we have not turned away from reducing our publicity for our clinics. Most of the clients we see, most of the clients we take on are eligible for immigration benefits, and that's the whole reason they need an attorney. So many of them are not eligible for deportation. There was a recent example in Northern Virginia, in Alexandria, Virginia, where some immigrants were picked up across the street from the United Methodist Church at a hypothermia shelter. This made big news because supposedly immigration had been working along a memo that said that churches are secure locations and that immigrants will not be deported from churches. And this was the first recent example where ICE had departed from this. And so there's been a lot of pushback against ICE, against immigration, to make sure that churches do remain a safe place for immigrants. And that certainly goes for our work, where we're trying to create a safe space for immigrants to learn their options and to access their rights under immigration laws, and to have folks from within the churches help them to do just that. So for now, it hasn't changed how we operate our clinics, but we're a lot more wary.